Welcome to the news for Thursday, September 4th, 2014. I'm Jimmy Prince with the details. Dean of Academic Studies at the All Saints Medical School here, Dr. Wissam Al-Hashidi, says the school's enrollment is not being affected by the recent measures put in place by the Ministry of Health to keep out the Ebola virus from this country. Earlier this week, the ministry said the persons who are coming into the country who travel to the affected Ebola countries in West Africa within a 28-day period will not be allowed entry. That's unless they present a negative blood test done 7 days before leaving their home country. Dr. Al-Hashidi told SVG-TV News that the medical school does not have students from the West African countries affected by the deadly Ebola virus. He, however, noted that there is a contingent of Nigerian students who recently arrived in the state and that they were able to gain access into the country, having met the requirements set out by the Ministry of Health. Dr. Al-Hashidi gave the assurance that should any case surface, the school would be sure to notify the relevant authorities, not only to avoid the disease being contracted at the school, but in the country as well. A visit to the other medical schools here revealed that apart from local students on their enrollment list, the others are from the United States and Canada. While the presence of some malicious spyware have been allegedly found in some Chinese-supplied computers given to school children in Trinidad and Tobago, the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines says such allegations have not been raised here. Speaking to SVG-TV News recently, Prime Minister Gonzalez says the Ministry of Technology and the Ministry of Education, which deal directly with the distribution of the computers, have not reported any suspicious spyware in the computers received from foreign governments.
We haven't done, I haven't asked specifically that the checks be done, but they haven't reported to me that there is any of that kind of problem as alleged by an entity out of Trinidad. But again, I come back to the original question: what are people spying on? You know, if you have a computer inside of the classroom, I don't know.
So like the
what is, I don't know. The story wasn't comprehensive in that regard, so that's why I posed the question.
The Prime Minister says in tackling such a matter, the question must also be asked: if the spyware is indeed placed in the computers, what exactly is its origin, and if it was placed there by the manufacturers.
Is it every single computer which you're going to check from the store? Because if there's going to be some general spying, you know, is it coming from the manufacturer, and what is the nature of this? In other words, I don't want us to get on a scaremongering exercise and get completely overblown with something, while at the same time, if something is raised, you don't underestimate what it is about, but you just simply deal soberly with it.
The contribution made by small island states on world issues has proven that they are the crucial element of progressive international cooperation and they need to be taken seriously. Addressing the third meeting of Small Island Developing States, Cids, in Samoa, Minister of Foreign Affairs and Trade, Camilo Gonzalez, laments that Cids are often omitted from decision-making bodies on a range of issues, including security and economic cooperation. Gonzalez said the one-size-fits-all approach being pushed by some of the wealthier countries impairs developmental aspirations.
The initial indifference, paternalism, and outright antipathy towards our states continue to lurk behind the thin veneer of diplomatic formalities. The erroneous view that small island states should be observers and not participants in important matters of international relations is self-evident in our underrepresentation or outright exclusion from the inner sanctum of decision-making bodies on international security, economic cooperation, development finance, or sustainable development. It is evident here today in the deeply disappointing absence of high-level representation from many large and developed nations. Their absence has largely left us to talk among ourselves, to preach to the choir at what is a vitally important international conference.
Celebrating years of transformation through education, turning difficulties into opportunities, is the theme under which the West St. George Secondary School is commemorating its 10th anniversary. The school is said to have accomplished a lot throughout its 10 years of existence. Kristen John Dean visited the institution earlier today and spoke with some teachers and students on some of the school's achievements over the years.
For some persons, 10 years might not be considered much, but for the West St. George Secondary School, it is a milestone. The school boasts of gradually improving its academic achievements over the years as well as in sports. Vice Principal Ines Primus, who has been with the school since its inception in 2004, says the institution has grown from strength to strength, moving away from the stigma which was labeled by many.
Find where parents were reluctant to have their children attending the school. Also, the uniform, it was one of the 4 schools that would have adopted that plaid uniform, and so a number of persons resented it. The boys were referred to as water authority workers, and the girls, they were looked at as being retarded, the way the uniform looked. And so persons develop a very negative attitude towards the school.
Physical education teacher Walford Mackey says in sports the school has grown over the years, and he continues to engender hope to each student daily so they have the confidence to achieve.
Few of the Form 5 students today, now we've moved to this new institution which has contributed to the confidence level. Working with them over the past couple of years, and with one example of one of my students achieving a scholarship to an American college, and he's now a doctor, I have used this as a guiding light for them. And I'm happy to say that finally, in 2014, there are at least 3 students who have a burning desire now, I would think, to achieve entrance to an American college on sporting scholarships.
2 students who have recently achieved in sports and Bible quiz respectively say they feel proud to be a part of the school, noting that they strive every day to keep the standards of the school up. One of the students noted that children should not feel bad if they are chosen to attend the West St. George Secondary, but rather see it as an opportunity to excel.
I entered the Bible quiz competition, and I came first, and well, it was good.
School is a nice school. People said it's not about, they think about the uniform, they think about students. But some students, they behave bad, which makes people think bad about the school. But the school is a nice school, a good building, teachers are good.
An acting principal, Diane Williams, says she attributes the school's success to good teamwork.
One of the things I noticed when I came to the school is like a family. And I think that is a major reason for the success of the school. They work together as a family. We work together as a family. I think the school has been doing well and it's growing. They are doing quite well at CISEC. Like this year, we have had 67% pass rate, and we are in the top 10 for schools in St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Kristen John Dean reporting for SVG-TV News.
The 10th anniversary celebrations will end with a number of persons being honored on September 17th. PR of the anniversary committee, Ashford Daniel, said among those to be honored will be teachers and the supporters of the school.
The committee launched its activities back in March. Then there was an exhibition, there was a concert. The final activity now comes up on the 17th of this month, September. 9:30 in the morning, we have an official recognition, sort of an awards ceremony. We are bringing in persons who have played critical roles over the 10 years, and we are recognizing them from different aspects of the school, from leadership, teaching, some past students, these sort of first staffs. We want to recognize all of these individuals. They would have had a significant number of corporate sponsors and partners as well. We want all these persons to be recognized. So on the 17th, we bring these individuals around and we say to them basically, thank you for supporting West St. George Secondary School in 10 years.
Another member of the anniversary committee, Jennifer Marshall, is stressing the importance of persons partnering with the institution.
You might have heard persons say that there are different individuals, different corporations and so on that have helped, and I think that this needs to be emphasized. I remember the formation of a counseling committee, and this could have been like 6-7 years ago. We sent letters to churches asking persons to pray for this school. So that is something that has been done, and I think is still being done, that there are different churches in the area that see this school as being very important, and they have put us on their prayer list. So sometimes you wonder why things happen, and yes, certainly different people have contributed, but I think that the fact that God's eyes are upon us, and we believe that sincerely, we think too that He is the one who has brought us this far, and He will continue to move mountains on our behalf.
A two-day training workshop for staff nurses and nursing assistants who work in the community nursing service will be held here next week. The workshop is designed to enhance the quality and the care of the productive health services provided at the various health centers by nurses. Professionals in the national health sector will serve as facilitators of the two-day workshop to be held at the Division of Nursing Education at Lago Heights from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. daily. Farmers in this country told the quality should not be compromised as they learn more on how to increase yields. Stay with us for more. Welcome back. Management of the environment is said to be very critical at this time to avoid the damage which comes with natural disasters. This is according to Director of Forestry Fitzgerald Providence speaking at the opening of Forestry Focus Week. Providence said the floods on December 2013 have shown how important environment management is.
Beauty which we call this blessed land. Our mountains so high and green, our seas so beautiful and blue, can only be maintained if we do our part in protecting that environment. And that's why we chose the theme this year in terms of valuing our watersheds, connecting people from the ridge to the reef. Because the persons on the land depend on the land that feed them, and also those in the seas that surround us. We also, because of keep our island beautiful, we invite visitors. Our tourism product depends on a healthy forest, a healthy environment. So we in the forest department want to join with the community. And that's why we were so happy when we got the invitation to have our opening service here in the church in the community.
He noted that the Forestry Division would like to partner with communities across the country to better care for the environment.
God has told us that we must be stewards of this earth, and it's a very important job for everyone here. As we work in forestry, we're actually doing the commandment of God, which is being good stewards to the earth. And it's for us to show all intention that we must be stewards to this earth, to protect it and maintain it. And so as we go into Forestry Focus this year, I want to encourage persons to be a part, to come and join with us, but to continue the message beyond the Forestry Focus.
Meantime, Minister of Agriculture Saboto Caesar said in forestry management, one must not look only at the past and the present, but what lies ahead.
2030 and 2050. We have to have a very long-sighted vision. It is not far-fetched for us to improve on our forest trails to the extent that St. Vincent and the Grenadines becomes a premier destination where we fully utilize the forest as a part of our tourism package.
The minister said that greater attention must also be paid to the herbs in the forest.
To also spend more time studying the plants and the animals and the way that they interact. This is a cause for great scientific research. There are many persons who travel all over the world to research in depth and conduct in-depth analyses and studies and observations. And St. Vincent and the Grenadines, we have to market our country and market the resources in the forest as part of that global agenda.
Farmers on both sides of mainland St. Vincent were over the past 2 days presented with information on organic products that can help improve quality and increase yields. Health 2000 Incorporated of Guyana on September 2nd and 3rd met with farmers here in Fitzhugh and North Union. Head of Agro Operations in Health 2000 Incorporated, Christopher Prasad, says their organic eco-friendly products not only ensures quality but also minimizes the environmental hazards.
Technology works here, and then we take it to the next stage, commercialization and things like that. At the end of the day, the whole idea we're trying to get you back is at a level now in which you'll be able to produce a high quality stuff. You don't have to worry that your produce is spoiling here. It can't go beyond your borders. I know you got a lot of boats moving from the area. You want to get back to the EU market. These products will be able to give you the quality, the shelf life, the yield. So you no longer have to worry about getting preferential treatment. You can actually compete in the world market. You can brand your stuff as organic. Our products are certified organic products. It's not just organic. It meets the EU standards. It meets the US standards for organic products. So you in turn can brand your products, your banana, your tomato, your peppers, whatever it is you want, as an organic product. And you can price it appropriately once the market is there. And you can send it very far too, because you get in the firmness of the food, you get in the shelf life.
Some police news now. Police have confirmed that they now have 2 persons in custody who are assisting with the investigations into the shooting deaths of Ricardo Haynes and Grafton Richards at Glen last Sunday night. Charges are, however, yet to be laid against the 2 individuals. Haynes and Richards died after being shot while playing domino at a shop in the Glen area. The shooting occurred around 10 Sunday night.